We are joined by RecruiterGuy, Bill Humbert. Nice to have you back in our studio. You got through Sundance, we got through Sundance, and now you're back, which means we're back in order.
Exactly.
When Bill's here, it means we're good. We made it through.
And it's you made it through Sundance. Okay. I just participated here and there.
Oh man, well it certainly is nice to have you back here. We're talking about a very important subject, and one that I honestly have never really considered, and one that should be considered much more. It's about the potential pitfalls of using candidate assessments. So first off, companies, of course, they want quality and qualified individuals, and sometimes they're using these assessments to determine what that is, but there can be pitfalls involved in using strictly the assessments. So first off, let's talk about why is this really that big of an issue that people need to be like, hey, this is what's going on, this is what you need to be aware of?
You know, for some companies it really is, because they do not use either the proper assessments or they do not use the assessments properly.
So what is the proper use?
The proper use is to use assessments either to measure skills, hard skills, like IT skills, math, science, even grammar. You can give a person a pass or a fail grade on those. But when you're using them for integrity measurement, for personality, for soft skills, you know, customer service, for instance, that's really not a good use unless you're using them to create questions for your interviews.
How can we go about making the assessment work specifically for a position? Because it's not a one-size-fits-all thing. That will take you nowhere good. How do we need to do it the right way?
Well, Chelsea, one of the things that's really important when you're working with assessments is to make sure that the assessment matches the level of position that you're recruiting for. So for instance, if you're recruiting for entry-level people, you should not have assessments with advanced or intermediate questions unless you're going to use them to just get a sense for where this person truly is in the entire spectrum. But don't use it for pass-fail.
Does it matter where potential employees or current employees actually take these assessments?
Psychologists would tell you that in order to get a firm understanding of the assessments and truly measure them, everybody should take it in the same kind of conditions. Too often what happens is some people take it in a restaurant, some people take it at home with their kids running around, some people will take it under controlled conditions. But when you do that, you can't really truly measure the results across the spectrum.
The variables are different depending on what environment you're in. And you can screw up a lot of things. Like me, I need to be able to do anything that involves like reading and taking information. I have to have like a completely quiet room. Like for me, I would fail any assessment that involved people running around. It just doesn't work. So good point. All right, well, where do companies actually hurt themselves when it comes to administering these assessments?
Talent acquisition is very important for a company. And what I have seen in a number of companies over the years is that they will use the wrong assessment. I'll give an example. One client was hiring entry-level store sales clerks, and they were using an enterprise-level sales assessment. Well, these people, the enterprise-level people, were selling where they can get a $100,000 commission. These sales clerks won't see $100,000 in 10 years.
Well, it's just, my initial thought is that's a waste of everyone's time.
Exactly.
And it's irrelevant.
It is irrelevant.
Those types of assessments, if done incorrectly.
So if they don't examine what the assessment is truly and understand it, then they'll give the wrong one possibly.
Let's talk more about these soft skills you mentioned. Are companies supposed to use things like personality, for example, to fail a potential employee or candidate for that position?
No. Psychologists, again, will tell you that assessments are to understand the spectrum and possibly develop questions for an interview. They are not to be used to pass or fail candidates before they get to the interview process. So it's important to use the assessment, develop questions based on your concerns that you see in the assessment, and then interview the candidate.
Anything anything else that you'd like to leave us with? This, once again, is one of those subjects that we've covered a lot of the main things when it comes to hiring and such, but this is one of those little nuggets in there that you think, oh, that would make sense to make sure I'm doing that right. Anything else that you need to add? I would just
say that I'm a true believer in assessments if they're used properly. And if you do use it properly, then you're going to be far more successful. But if you use it improperly, then you're going to cost yourself really good candidates.
And like I'm all about wasting my time, or not wasting my time, rather, making sure that you're being fair or doing right by the candidate and of course your company. So where can we get more information about all you've just explained to us and get in touch with you?
At RecruiterGuy.com.
Okay.
Yep. And February 10th, I'm doing a presentation for the Park City Chamber.
Oh, exciting! What can we expect from that?
It's effectively dealing with difficult people.
Oh, we all need to sign up for this one, I think. Or those people out there that never have to deal with, I think my mom's like one of the people that can deal with anyone. She's like the most easygoing personality, so she might be the only one that might not have to go to that. But other than that, we should all go to this, is what I'm thinking. Bill, thank you so much.
Nice
to have you here this morning. Recruiter Guy with us. Be sure to go over to the February 10th event with the Chamber. We'll be right back after this commercial break. It's 31 minutes after the hour. So much more coming your way in just a moment.